Audiolab 9000N. It's the flagship Audiolab streamer. It's yours for a brisk £2,499. The big deal about this one is, unlike previous Audiolab streamers which use DTS Play-Fi, which has mixed responses, I have to say I'm not a fan. I've never truly gelled with it. It's not my favourite. They've dispensed with that, and they're using an operating system which has been essentially originally developed by another streaming company called Lumin, and Audiolab is the first people who have licensed it in this form. They're the first people to ever use it wirelessly. Now, I think this is a sensational product. It does something which is tremendously unusual. It's a pig to write about because it imparts almost no character of its own. It is one of the most impressively transparent devices I can remember testing under £5,000. However, the fact that it is £2,500 appears to be a huge stumbling block. I need to just approach this into, obviously, if you don't want to spend £2,500 on a product, you don't. We've reviewed products where you don't have to. I will say that the world doesn't stop at the point where some of these, more affordable offerings cease. There are still increments of performance to be gained. And then on a more subjective level, there's also a user experience to be gained as well. Now, if you ascribe no value to that user experience, that's absolutely fine. But for the same reason that I don't simply survive on Soylent or just use my phone to tell the time, there are elements to how you interact with things around you, which I think, you might need to park with both this and certain other review products. Is it 10 times better than a Wim Pro Plus? No, of course, it can't be 10 times better than the Wim Pro Plus, but it does certain things that the Wim cannot do. And if you ascribe no value to some of those functions, that's fine, but a number of other people will. Now, you can effectively take the review on its own merits, and then you can plow through the comments if you are feeling up for a laugh. And I'm glad that it has attracted the comment that it has. We are a forum. I do want your opinions. I just need to make it clear that essentially with certain products, they are going to come across as expensive. They exist in small quantities. They're quite specialist items. And, you're either on board with it or you're not, but we're not going to stop looking at them because a subset of people are not on board with it. If you've got any questions about it, I think I've covered up pretty much everything in the review. It does an awful lot of things extremely well. Perhaps the only slight own goal on the part of Audiolab is that it doesn't have an extensive set of additional digital inputs, because they've put those digital inputs on the matching amplifier. If you aren't buying the matching amplifier, you just get a solitary USB connection, which isn't much use to connect a television to. If you can overlook that, and obviously there are products at the same price which do have more in the way of inputs. We looked at the Cyrus Stream XR, which can't handle the same number of formats, but is more flexible in this regard. You do have choices. You pays your money, you takes your choice. If you are, and we were going back to the conversation about measurements and the ideal, if you are genuinely looking for the cleanest, lowest distortion performance that I can remember testing in a very long time, that has to be something that you should be looking at.